Hey everybody, how's it going? So, a couple of you have turned me on to this concept of the Black Friday blackout. The idea being on one of the most popular shopping days in America that a lot of people would just call in sick to work, not show up, and, let that problem solve itself. The whole idea is that we live in a very consumerist society that's always focusing on consumerism and always consuming and buying more and more and more. And as people buy more and more and more, and as the companies selling these products make more and more, the person actually doing the work of stocking the shelves is still getting paid jack shit. So this is their way of protest, which is just not showing up. And people have been asking, what do I think of this? Honestly, go for it. Now, to be clear, I do have a caveat. If you work for a business that's treated you well, if you believe that you always have a direct line of communication with management or the owner where you can express your concerns, be listened to, where you feel like you're valued, where you feel like if you do well or if you improve, that there is a path for you up in that business, then don't do this. But if you work at a business that you believe does not value you, if you work at a business where you believe your concerns are not listened to, where you are not valued, where no one gives a crap about you, where you get treated like shit, I mean, I don't care. Honestly, go for it. We'll figure out if again. I don't know if my employees are planning to do something like this. I don't really have Black Friday sales. I've always seen Black Friday as a fucking scam. You know what they do is you'll have a $200 product and then it'll get hiked up to $300 and then they'll say 35% off for Black Friday. Like as if I don't know. I didn't notice that just 2 or 3 weeks ago this thing cost way less than it did now at your quote retail price that you're then taking 33% off of. I've always thought it was kind of bullshit. And the whole idea that I'm going to buy things on this day that I otherwise wouldn't buy, I just don't do that. If I want to buy something, I buy it. If I don't want to buy something, I don't buy it. You're not going to tell me that there's one day that you get to empty my wallet. Like, just get out of here with that shit. So I've never really taken part in it, and my store doesn't have any Black Friday stuff. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'll figure out, if Black Friday comes and I'm the only one answering the phone at work and fixing boards, I'll figure out what my staff thinks of me. I've tried to treat people here well because I remember what it was like to work at a soul-sucking, draining job where they did not care about you at all, where there was no opportunity for advancement, where regardless of how well you did, regardless of how sales went up, regardless of your performance, you stayed at $6 an hour. And you ain't going above $6 an hour, even if we have 50K more in sales this month, even if you bust your ass to make sure we have 50K more in sales this month, not a dollar of that's going to go to you. I remember what I did at Modell Sporting Goods as a teenager. And like if Jason or Tommy or Christina are watching this video, like they knew what I did when they knew the effort that I put in when I gave a shit, and they knew what I did when I realized this place is a piece of shit. And part of the reason I treat my employees well, admittedly, it's not even because I'm a good human being. It's just because I live in fear of my employees treating my business the way I treated Modell Sporting Goods like 2 weeks before I said fuck it and quit. And that would actually be horrible. But yeah, if you're working at a business where you are seen as disposable, where you are seen as trash, where you are not valued in any way, shape, or form, where there's like just nobody cares what you think or say. Yeah, I mean, if you have sick days and you want to use it on Black Friday, again, more power to you. I'd love to see what happens. I really would. I don't have much hope here. I don't think this idea has really caught on. I haven't seen it talked about much. This particular subreddit only has 10,000 members. And again, Reddit and Twitter are not representative of the overall society in general. And, again, when I post meetup groups, it'll say like 25 people have signed up, and then in person, only 3 or 4 people will show up. So I'm used to the idea, even if you have 10K members, how many of these people actually care? How many will actually do something? I personally don't have a lot of faith that by Black Friday, this will grow into a large movement. But I hope it does. Again, if you work at a business that cares about you, I don't do this. But if you work at a business that don't give a fuck about you, you have my full support to call in sick and suggest everybody else do the same and just watch calamity happen. I have no problem with that whatsoever, and I think it would be and I think it would be funny to see how this turns out. I think that at some point companies would have to start treating their employees less like shit if this happened, because it would show that the people that work at these companies actually do have the ability to disrupt the flow of goods and services Not because they're destroying things, not because they're being violent, not because they are. There's this one guy saying something I highly disagree with. This is, why shouldn't I go and stick up flyers with permanent glue to the side of the corporate? Don't do that shit. Again, it fucks with your cause. It makes you look like a piece of shit that's defacing property. Just by not showing up, if everybody doesn't show up, who's going to put things on the shelves? Who's going to ring things up? Who's going to ship the packages? You don't have to do anything illegal. You just have to take a sick day. You and 3 or 5 or 10 million other people take a sick day. It'll send a message. It'll send a good message, not a message where people will be able to look and say, look at those kids and look at how they destroyed crap. Ugh, I don't agree with them. But rather, oh, wow, those people are actually valuable after all. Maybe we shouldn't treat them like complete shit. Just something to think about. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Look at Mr. Clinton, by the way. He's sleeping. So this is his paw. This is his head. He has his ear. He has his eyes closed. He's so cute. He wouldn't have to call in sick for Black Friday because he would have just slept through it anyway. Anyway, see you all later.